You all got scammed. You all got played. And you know what? You all deserve it. For some time, I told people for years not to vote for this person again, real life and on the internet, because he ruined the economy with COVID. That's a fact. Now he has made the longest shutdown, like he did last time. The government shutdown's been, and I know some people's like, it doesn't affect me, but it will affect other people. And I know there are people who take advantage of food stamps, and I understand that, but there are people out there who don't take advantage of that, who do rely on food assistance. There are people on disability where they can't get their money. There are people who are going to Thanksgiving this year, can't go out and travel because all the air traffic controllers are quitting en masse. 38, well, technically 39 days. 39 days at this shutdown. Personally, I hope it keeps going because I hope the right keeps losing. And the funny thing is, what people call the dissident right, it's trying so desperately to try to beat the GOP at their game. Trying to say, we are the new right. Even though no matter how much they try, they always fail. I remember seeing this a decade ago with Richard Spencer and the alt-right. The same shit happened before, the same shit's going to happen again. Like always, like clockwork. Because the fact is, nobody doesn't want the dissident right. Like, there are a few groups of, like, marginalized men that want that. But it's not going to work. You fell for it again. And the funny thing is, they voted for this. Many of the shit you see right now is something they called for. Like, why are we bailing out Argentina? 80 billion. Why are we giving them money? You know, it's not like, oh, Ukraine, where they're actually dealing with a war, but, you know, it's an existential threat. It's ran by a fucking idiot. But I know, you know, these dissident right people said, no, we want Trump to do something, or he needs to get out of our way. It's like, what are you going to do, huh? You going to march on the Capitol again? You're not going to do shit. You marched when he told you to, because that's how you are. You're bitches. That's just a fact. You people are bitches. You are the most timid fucking bitches you can think of. You won't do a single thing. That's a fact. You won't do a single thing. I don't know why people think that this new right-wing, not new, this is just a rehashing of the alt-right that failed. I'm sorry, it just failed. You know, you can have good talking points, but it's like every time you do something, you always fuck up. The policies you asked for Trump, and he did it, has caused the economy to go to shit. The tariffs, it's going to the average person. Not to the rich, not to the wealthy. They take it out on us. But I know you don't give a shit about that. You're going to keep trying to bitch about immigrants, this, that, and it's like, okay, let's get rid of the immigrants. What now? Well, you know, men and women not having babies. Men and women kind of hate each other in the States. Political tensions are still shit. The economy would be still shit, even if you get rid of all the immigrants. The fact is, it wasn't the immigrants, but it's a symptom of a bigger problem that none of you would never address. And this is why I always despise the dissident right and the alt-right. Because they never get the right things done. They always go after something that always just destroys them economically and, you know, politically. Trying to blame the immigrants. It's like you're going into the stereotype. You're basically saying, oh yes, I'm a neo-Nazi. Like, don't get mad when people don't like you. And it's funny because, you know, when I deal with these types of people, when I talk to them, I say, yeah, women's rights you see today is kind of the problem you see. Not to say that women's rights is bad, but I'm saying that we should go back to a more traditional standpoint. And you say, well, that's what Nick Fuentes' crowd's trying to do. The problem is, all of them are sexless fucking weirdos. And I don't mean by, oh, they're incels. No, they could probably get a girlfriend, but they're kind of insane. And some of them are gay, unironically. So, and when you try to explain to the dissident right, and, you know, back then the alt-right, they get hesitant with you. Because you can't question feminism. You could question, like, the Jews, you could question black people, you could question all that. But if you question feminism, they have a brain aneurysm. So you're telling me you won't question the fundamentals of half the population, knowing that, you know, they always bring up how our currency is worth like half of what it should be. Then let's cut half the workers like we used to. Well, it used to be just men working. Nah, we're not going to do that. It's like, okay, stay poor. So people are going to find different ways, and they're going to vote left. Now, of course, they don't want to solve the issues too. Now, in a weird way, they kind of are, because they're making it where men and women start to hate each other so much, eventually it has to fix itself, because this is unsustainable. Unsustainable. But Trump has failed you, and people like me told you, and you fell for it again. No, it's like, I knew this was going to happen. Like, I think part of the reason why the government shutdown is going on this long is probably because he's trying to distract everyone from the Epstein files. He is extremely afraid of the Epstein files. He's afraid of them. And people talk about the healthcare stuff, and it's like, well, it's conservatives and that they need to actually solve, because people are not going to pay an exorbitant amount of premiums for healthcare that used to be far cheaper. Democrats will just keep going, and I don't blame them. It's on the conservatives' end that need to fix this issue, but they don't want to make a compromise. So Democrats need to keep holding on to it, and I'm fine with that. I'm actually glad they're doing this shit, because it shows they have balls. They don't need to be kowtowing to a person that would give all the money to Argentina. Like, that money, $80 billion, could have easily kept people for having SNAP benefits, and also paid airline people, people with FAA. So this is getting ridiculous. I think it's funny. I'm gonna be fucking happy when I hear day 42, because I'm gonna put a meme up on shorts, say day 42 of the SpongeBob meme. Day 42, because fuck you. That's why. So this is gonna keep going, and I hope it stays going. I hope it stays until past Christmas and even 2026, because people are gonna have to pay their taxes, and how to go pay their taxes when the government's shut down. Funny how ICE is being funded, but nothing else. FAA attendants and all that, they're not getting money. But we gotta pay ICE to make themselves look like idiots, where they're just doing 0.1% of getting rid of the immigrants, and just making any form of immigration, trying to get rid of people who should be out of here, look crazy. It's beautiful. It's beyond beautiful. And the right is fucking freaking out. They're trying to attack one another. The dissident right's trying to attack the GOP, which that's always going to end where the GOP wins, because that's a fact. The GOP always fucking wins. They have purity spirals within their own group, because Nick Fuentes is not white. They have like the more right wing people, like the Richard Spencers and all that. They're defending like J.F. Gebbie, that French guy who killed his wife. And it's like, what are you gonna do, huh? What are you gonna do? Huh? Yeah, we're gonna bitch more about the GOP. The GOP can fucking wreck your ass. Oh, they're all old people. It's like, some of them are in the 40s. Some of them are in the late 30s. I mean, look at J.D. Vance. He's part of the GOP. He's gonna defend the GOP over any dissident right people. He'll put Nick Fuentes in jail. You people will never get what you want, because you always fail anyways, because you're fucking pathetic. It's the reason why I can't stand the dissident right. You always fail. And the GOP always fails because their economics always do shit. Look at red states compared to blue states. You can say, well, there's issues with blue states. Yeah, but there's a lot of people there too. There's a shit ton of people compared to red states. Red states are like the most, if you go like maybe red states, the giant areas with no people. And an aging population, because most young people, they've moved to liberal areas because that's where all the jobs are. Because that's where the best economy is. I know people like to bitch about New York and all that, but it's like, do you understand that in New York, you make a bunch of money there, and job security is actually kind of better, and it's much harder to get fired. Where in the red states, you so much as cough, and you're fired. So that means companies don't invest in red states, because if you fire someone wrongfully, that's $150,000 gone because of the lawsuit for wrongful termination. Yeah, and it's like, people wonder, well, why people move to red states yet? Yeah, people are starting to move back to blue states again, because after COVID, it's like, it was for a short time people moved to like Texas and Florida, but then people realized, oh, there's a reason why people don't live in these areas. The weather here is atrocious. There's hurricanes all the time, so they moved back to blue states or midwestern states, because they realized, oh shit, this place sucks. Oh, the income not income tax. It's the insurance. Yeah, it's insurance. I'm sorry. The insurance of red states, it's always higher than blue states. Blue states are actually quite cheap. You have to pay insurance every year. And it's like, Florida's like $1,500. It's a lot. Every year you have to pay $1,500 a year, because of where it's located in a swamp, and you have to deal with hurricanes. And the houses there are not cheap either. In northern states, they're expensive, but one upside is you don't have to deal with a hurricane destroying it. You don't have to deal with hot weather destroying it. There are houses there centuries old, and they're perfectly fine compared to like red state houses. You have to worry about fucking tornadoes. You have to worry about hurricanes. You have to worry about all that in red states. You don't have to worry about that if you move up north. If you move up to the northeast, if you get like a decent house, that house is gonna be there for a long time. Oh, you have to deal with occasional winter. It's not hard to deal with. So it just proves how every time a conservative gets into power, I'm not saying that conservative talking points are bad. I think they could be good conservatives, but the problem is the GOP needs a major restructuring. Now, of course, not with a dissident right, but someone more libertarian, but they refuse to do that. I think the left needs to reform too. It needs to get rid of this progressive woke mindset, which is fucking destroying. It's partially why Trump got into office to begin with, because people were so fed up with the fucking woke. And, they had to run Kamala, and everyone didn't like Kamala. People like Tim Walz, but people hated Kamala. So, what's the next step for the GOP and what's going on with government shutdown? My hope is the government shutdown keeps going up until January or February, to where nobody can't do the taxes, and they're going to be fucking afraid that they can't pay their taxes on time. I'm going to enjoy that. I'm going to enjoy that. And the only people you can really blame is Donald Trump and the GOP. They did this. They give money to Argentina. They give money to Israel. You fucking deserve it. You voted for this. You vote for this. You know what? People go vote fucking left. They're going to fucking vote left. I don't like it either. But guess what? I'm actually kind of glad because you fuckers deserve it. You fuckers deserve it. You fucking ruined our economy. You did it the first time with Trump with COVID. And now you're doing a second term. Not even a year in. I mean, it's already a year already. But a year in. And you already destroyed the economy. Like, how's it that are you trying to speed run, trying to do the great collapse? I'm sorry, it's not collapsing. It's just making people's lives more shit. Now, if Kamala won, it could have caused a collapse. But you're like, I don't want to vote for this person, or I don't want to not vote for Trump. It's like, well, look what you did. And you're gonna make the right. If you're someone that's like dissident right, just remember, you are going to look more bad because of this. Not just the GOP, but the dissident right. Because you people, because I guarantee all the leaders within the dissident right will bend the knee to Trump and the GOP. They always do. They did that with the alt-right, and they'll do this with the GOP with the dissident right. It always happens that way. So, you fell for it again. Here's your ribbon.